Alright guys, I made it over here to the cattle farm. Cattle ranch, however you want to say it, French, etc, etc. I don't know what it's supposed to be called. I heard hooved animals or ranches, plants or farms, so we'll see what you think. So anyway, I'm out here and I'm looking for the steer and the heifer, and I'm not seeing them right now. I'm getting ready to get the feed here and put it in the shop. So we're getting ready to go into the real cold stuff, guys. I mean really cold. Negative temps. It's kind of the calm before the storm right now. We're not, we got a sunny day. It snowed yesterday. It's all melted off today, or at least it is down here. Up where we live, it's not completely melted, but it is down here. It'll probably be melted by the time I get home though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this stuff in this feed that I got in the shop, so it's out here and available whenever I come out to feed. So I wonder where those steer and the heifer are. Hopefully they're around here somewhere. Yeah, well guys, I guess I figured out where the steer and the heifer are. They're in the other pasture. They're across the, oh gosh, they're where they're not supposed to be. So I got to get them back over here. They're way over there. Oh, let me see if I can get them back. This is where the power company came through and left our fence down. Look at that. And this is where they got out, right here. Well, easy enough to get them back, I hope. Come on, come on, come on. Hopefully I can get them back across here and put a T-post or two up. Come on, slow, come on, come on. Come on, come on. You want to eat? You want to eat? Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's eat. Come on. Come on. Watch this. Look at that. See that? Just right over it. Come on. 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 Yep. They're back in the right pasture now. No problem whatsoever. Power company. Oh, can't stand them. What the power company had done is left that. They came up here with a skid steer with a mulching head, and they drove it up there, and they took all the clips off the fence, and then they just drove over the barbed wire, and they just left it like it was. And the cows, you know, of course, got out. Now they're back in. Luckily, that wasn't a horrible place for them to be. I mean, they could have been in a worse spot. They weren't hard to find, so I was able to get them back. So now I'm feeding them, and I got to fix that fence. I've got to move these other cattle. There's a few things I've got to do today. We get ready for the polar vortex that's coming. So it's going to be cold, folks. Anyway, let me feed these calves. All right, these are fed. So they're chowing down. Luckily, I've been feeding these calves for a while. And since I've been feeding them, they knew to come back. It wasn't hard to get them back in here. Because if I hadn't been feeding them and I hadn't been working with them, this might have been a problem. So anyway, they're getting some chow. Now it's time to go over and take care of all the big cattle. And I'm actually going to move the cattle into the transition paddock. And the reason I'm going to do that is so they can have access to all the trees and stuff like that to block the wind off of them, because where they're at, they don't have a lot of windbreak. Guys, I don't have a bell on here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed them in this other paddock, and I'm gonna feed them some range cubes right here. Our cow has not had a calf yet, so we don't have a new calf yet. Alright, get up here. Mud season, guys, mud season. Pond is way up though. Alright, I'm gonna show you something. This little stream right here is flowing right now. So the water is flowing, and what's relevant about that is when it gets really, really cold, there's still going to be some water flowing on this side over here. So running water, a lot harder to freeze. So in the amount of time that we have this cold front, which is going to be approximately a week, we should have still have flowing water. So what that means is the cattle, since they can find water, they're not going to have to get out on the ice on the pond and break through. And I'll drive around behind the pond and I'll show you something back there too that's going to give them a place to water without actually getting on the pond. So let me do that. Okay, I'm down behind the pond right now, and this is not, you know, since I worked on that pond bank, it still leaks, but it's nothing like it used to be. Used to be, this would have been like a really wide stream right here. Right now it's just a little trickle that comes out of the back of the pond right there, and I've still got to work on the pond. But for right now, this is actually helpful because if it gets super cold and the cattle can't, you know, the pond isn't freed up, then what they can do is they can actually come down here behind the pond and get them a drink, because this flowing water will not freeze solid before we get warming temps again. So we've got flowing water coming into the pond and flowing water coming out. Now there's another spot that I'm going to show you guys over where the calves are, or where the Gordon and the heifer are, and that's another one of those they can get to water type deal. The cattle have pretty much destroyed their hay ring here. This actually broke, and whenever it broke, it lost its structural integrity, and they wallered it around getting this hay out of it, and they have actually broken it. So this one, I think we're going to have to, I mean, yeah, it can probably be fixed, but until it can be fixed, it's probably going to be retired. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab that hay ring over there and move it. I'm going to move it out to the other paddock over there. It's very windy today, guys, very windy. Blowing in that polar vortex. So I'm going to get that one, move it, and I'm actually going to, I guess tomorrow we'll have to go purchase another one and put it together, because we need at least 2 for these big cows, possibly 3. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Cows are hard on stuff, guys, hard on stuff. All right, in the meantime, while I was feeding all the other cows, guess who went back across the fence? Come on, get in here. So, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. So, come on. All right, see if I can get these to come back across the fence here so I can fix it. Oh, here they come. Just like they ought to be. Come on, so, come on. So, come on. There's one. So, come on, come on. All right, there's the other one. All right, let's fix this fence now. Right here. Got a steer right there wanting to come across right now. Got clips here, pliers. Here's your clip. Hang it over that. Hang it over that. Hook them pliers to it. Twist it around like that. Smash it right there. All right, there you go. Alright, it's not the best, but hopefully it'll work. Alright, I'm sitting here on the tractor and I'm watching that steer and that heifer and seeing what they do. Right there is where they were crossing. Right where that steer's standing. So let's see what he does. Since I've kind of cobbled that fence together right there. See if he tries it or if he just says, well, alright, can't get in there. So far, they're still in here. It's fixed. I got the hay out here in the hay rings. One right there and one right there. The north wind will be coming this way, so there'll be a lot of cover. Whenever that polar vortex gets here, which it's going to hit Friday. This is Wednesday. I will have to come back again tomorrow because I need to get one more hay ring and assemble it or something. So yeah, that's what I got going on. All right guys, I'm going to move all these cattle into this transition paddock because there's timber that they can get into for windbreak. There's a lot of cedars and things around that will help block the wind. That is north right there, and they really don't have anything in there besides just a few of these brush piles to block wind on them right now. So I'm gonna give them the opportunity to have more area for windbreak. So I'm gonna let them in here. Yeah, you're eating, and they're having a brunch or early supper or something. So let me open this up so that these cows can get in there. Watch out. Number 20, that's Patty. All right, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Go on. And this is the cow that's getting ready to have a calf. She is bagging heavy right now. And I want you to look at that. So she's got her bag is getting bigger and bigger. And her calf is just going to happen any time. And it's not going to be good if it's during the polar vortex. So anyway, that's the cow we're worried about right there, number 21. She is springing heavy. She's springing, which means her backside's getting big right here, and her bag's getting big. She's just gonna anytime. I mean anytime. So anyway, let's count these cows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 in this paddock, and there's 2 in the front, the ones that I just got back in from fixing the fence and stuff. So that's 16. And as soon as this one has hers, that'll be 17. So anyway, I'm gonna move them and let them get into these woods over here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on in. Here you go. So, like I said, they've got access to all these woods right now. And that's going to give them a lot of windbreak. thing I don't like is the fact that I got a picture of a big coyote here last night. Coyotes and new baby calves in the cold could be a bad combination. Anyway, all right, they're in. Well, most of them in. I'm gonna leave both. I'm gonna leave that fence open or gate open. I'm gonna leave that gate open right there, so that the calves can get to their creep feed. Cows can get to the running water over there and stuff like that. So, yeah. Good to go. All right, guys, the next thing that I've done is I've snuggled the tractor right into the hay here, so that that will block all the wind off of that tractor, and hopefully that tractor will start here in a couple of days whenever we get so cold, because I'm gonna have to have that tractor during this cold. So anyway, I'm gonna go and show you guys the water that the steer and the heifer can get to. All right, I almost forgot. So, that's how much rain we got. We got 9/10. 9/10 of an inch of rain is what came in, and that's going to help us a lot on our, you know, the cattle having something to drink during this cold. So I'm going to go down here and show you guys where the steer and the heifer are going to be able to get something to drink from. All right, guys, I'm down here in the woods on our property, and this is in the paddock that has the heifer and the steer. And I want to show you something. We've got a spring right here that comes out of the ground. There's nothing up above it. And the spring comes out and the water is flowing, and it goes right down through there. The steer and the heifer, they like to come here and get a drink. So this will not freeze solid. It's something about the water comes out of the ground. It's warmer coming up out of the ground. So since it's so warm, this will not actually freeze this year. And they will come over here and get a drink. So if the pond over there by where the fence I fixed, or kind of fixed, is, it'll freeze over. That pond will freeze completely over. And they won't be able to get a drink there unless I bust it. So what they'll do is they'll just come right down here in the woods, and they already know where this spot is. They'll come down here and they'll get them a drink when they're ready for it. So yeah, that'll take care of this. This right here will take care of watering the cows through that, or the calves through that really cold. And this is sheltered down here too. That's north up there, so it's got all these trees and cedars and things like that, and that hillside is blocking this, so it won't be as cold down here. And the deer will be down here getting a drink too. So it's a good spot. So anyway, there's spots for both sets of cows to drink, even if I'm not able to make it out here to cut and break the ice. So we're all good on that. And a few minutes ago, I was actually able to procure another hay ring. I'll go show you that. All right, folks, check it out. I was able to procure another hay ring. This is a hay ring that used to be my dad's. It was over there on the other part of the property over there. And my brother, nobody was using it, and I just asked them if it was going to be used, and they said, no, come get it. So I went and got it, and here it is. So this is almost just like the hay ring that got destroyed down there in the back, and it's up here with the heifer and the steer right now. So I was able to put them a little bale of hay out, so they got some grub to eat on during this cold coming up. Now, some of the things about this hay ring is it is kind of cobbled together, and Dad cobbled it together. It's tied right there, got a piece of wire around it holding it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to buy some hardware. I'm going to have to buy a bolt, put through here, and another bolt down there to keep it all back together the way it's supposed to be. Probably put new bolts in all of it to make sure that it's good and sturdy. So yeah, I'm gonna put some new bolts in it and lock it up. It's supposed to be kind of held like, you know, this is one of the old bolts and nuts and washers and stuff like that. That's kind of the way it's supposed to be. So I'll probably just cut all these out of here and put new ones in, and it should be a good hay ring. Should work good. So anyway, I guess this is day one of getting prepared for the Arctic, and tomorrow I will show you what I'm doing over with the chickens to get them prepared. So stay tuned for that, coming right up. It snowed a little more now.